Hello, Astro friends. It's Melanie on the 17th of July with the Astro Weather for the week, going until the 22nd of July, the first day of Leo. Yes, we are approaching Leo season. We are now in the last week of Cancer. The last decanate of Cancer has a Pisces undertone. What does that mean? We're dealing a lot with themes around families, children. Yes, yes, yes. In the news, in the scandalous US news these days. And I can comment a little bit more about that a bit later here. Yes, children, families, themes around home, about belonging, about feeling safe. And of course, Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon is these days, the last 2 days, in Aries, where our emotions are very active, maybe also agitated, maybe also reactive, and there's lots going on in the emotions and in the mind via Mercury going retro today, going retro this evening in mid Leo, back to early Leo until August 11th. So, active mind, active emotions. Why is Mercury retro U turn very active? Because now Mercury is on a standstill. We're in this U turn loop, and so there's a lot of energy concentrated as a big focal point on this Mercury theme here. What's that about? Mercury has to do is the messenger archetype, so it has to do with messages, with news, with information, with our mind, with thought forms. And when Mercury goes retro 3 times a year for 3 weeks, especially when the retro phase starts, this is things are unraveling, right? That can mean literally in public things are coming down. And I have a few slogans for Mercury retro in Leo, and that can be a blowback, roar back, and it can be also about swallowing your pride. So pride and ego get in the way with Leo, and those they hijack our mind, right? So Mercury retro serves as to undo that and to come back to a heart, to be mindful and not to be driven by the mind, not to have the mind literally in the driver's seat. And at the same time, it's all about love. It's all about healthy self-love. It's not about privilege. And that's, of course, also a Leo thing. And another slogan is the cat is coming out of the bag, right? So often things leak under Mercury retrograde that are otherwise under wraps. So information happens that in communication and news and so on happens that shouldn't, but it's kind of a karmic factor when things come out. When we know, we can't unknow. That is all very apropos Mercury retro. And Mercury in Leo is also not traditionally not well positioned. Why? Because the mind is very oriented towards the self, right? Or towards sort of in projection towards celebrities, towards those out there who are special, right? And what can also happen during that time is coming across a lot of narcissism, right? And of course, communication wise, right? So you figure out, oh, people, oh my gosh, it's just all about them, all about them. They tell you their whole thing. They're not even interested in you or anything else. They just need a sounding board. That can be very much a phenomenon of Mercury retro. So this could be a projection of you. It could be also, of course, totally legitimate that, yeah, maybe you need to back off from this kind of contact. And question would be so meta question, so to say, not about the communication, but about what's going on here. Right? Meta question could be like, oh, why even in communication with them? What's that side in you that engages in that, and what's that deal basically? What are you getting out of it? Right? So all these things come down, and then of course it's also with Mercury in retrograde in Leo, it's also the realization the world and life is a stage, is a theater. There's lots of drama, there's lots of tragedy, lots of comedy, all of that. So we are always, and everybody is, wearing masks and costumes. So, of course, the trickster says, why not doing that intentionally? And dramatizing things on purpose. So all of this can be apropos Mercury retro in Leo. Then what's also going on this week? I'll just double check my cheat sheet here, which I will also post after the video. Yes, Mercury. Yeah, so when Mercury goes retro this evening in Leo, mid-Leo, it will be square Lilith in mid-Scorpio. How does that look like? I can show you in the Capricorn Cancer full moon we had last week on the 10th. And it's already visible there. So here you go. This is Mercury here in mid-Leo, was already last week and moving super slowly. Now about to go retro and then forward again. So it goes retro to early Leo, as I said, and forward again. Will be in Leo until early September. But at this point, when Mercury is super slow, this whole week, Mercury will be in square with Lilith. Lilith is in mid-Scorpio. Mid-Leo has a Leo undertone. Mid-Scorpio has a Scorpio undertone. So all of this has to do a lot with revealing, showing, Leo, right? Look at me. Look what's going on here. This is dramatic. And concealing from the Scorpio perspective, hiding, right? So themes that are usually hidden behind the scenes, even in all these taboo dynamics, taboo dimensions, especially the sexual side, but also power dynamics. All of this is coming out because Lilith also in Scorpio wants the world in this Lilith and Scorpio year until winter solstice to shed layers, layers of conditioning. Conditioning in this case about hiding what could be shameful, right? That's a Scorpio thing. What we don't want the world to know. And but things might need to come out. And it is also the year of the yin wood snake in the lunar Chinese calendar, and so it's really about shedding skins. And so we see a lot of that, of course, happening in the whole US sexual abuse dynamic, which is now snowballing, right? So, and incriminating people. And we can see there's a whole system here going on. And what does it say about society? What does it say about the elite? What does it say about, is there even division, or is it really a one party, or, yeah, party literally, right? Party not political, but it's, yeah, people have been partying at the expense of exploiting minors in the most, disgusting ways. And so all of this is coming out now, and the public is not to be shut down. This is awesome. And we have a few players in the picture with Leo in their charts. Trump is very much on the Leo side, as we know, and Maxwell has her moon in Leo. Epstein, I don't think, had anything in Leo. Got to look at his chart again. But his sun is actually really interesting. He's right on the cusp from Capricorn to Aquarius, where it's also about elites, where things can literally, on an energetic level and with what's going on currently, crystallize, right? So where the structures, the Capricornian structures, turn into systems, and where a person can become sort of the epitome of that system, and there's a whole system going on. It's not about the individual person. Individual person would be very much a Leo energy. It's all a focus on them. But with the Capricorn Aquarius, it's about structures, it's about organizations. And so I don't want to do that chart analysis. Don't want to give that extra energy. We know what's going on. And yeah, and it's interesting how things come down at this point with this Mercury retro in Leo and other things. And yeah, so one more thing regarding Epstein, right? So now, post-mortem, Pluto is now in early Aquarius, exactly on his sun, which happens only every 248 years. Not everybody gets that in their lifetime. So his being, his own life, basically is now, and how he has used that energy and has been used also, is now a catalyst for, hopefully, evolution, Pluto, in terms of giving power back. So people claiming the power back. Pluto in Aquarius, we're just at the onset. It will go on till 2043, 44. It only just started last November, right? And so now what it takes is also, it's a takedown of the old school, of the old elites, of the old empires. And all of this is now unraveling, and there's many factors, and there's many players, and there's also a whole systems of people who actually bring their best to the table and contribute to this bigger cause that serves the world, right? So yeah, what else is going on this week? We have on Saturday the 19th, the Sun in Cancer in square with Chiron in Aries. And Chiron is also stationary. In other words, Chiron will go retro soon as well on the 30th of July. So Chiron will become another focal point. Now it's Mercury, so it's kind of a transition between both. And a Sun square Chiron. So what's with Chiron in Aries, at the very end of Aries actually? And this is about wounds, right? And especially early wounds, early in life. And also the wounds of being on your own, right? So if it's just you, it's so much harder to battle, to fight Aries, right? To assert yourself. Much easier when you have solidarity, when you have friends, when you have family. So all of this can come out for all of us. But it's also the medicine of Aries. And that is all about authenticity and about being brave and being a hero, or just showing up and being out there doing something new and fresh, and also showing up for yourself and as yourself, and not being fake or not hiding, right? So Aries is forward, takes initiative. And I was at an event today where I ran into this, met this Aries lady, and we kind of hit it off in terms of our conversation, and had really good, fresh and direct dynamics going on. And that was pretty cool. So a nice example for that Aries energy in the moment. Doesn't have to have a future. It's just a nice encounter, right, where you actually meet the person face to face, and yeah, you're alive, right? And then we have on Sunday the 20th, the moon in Gemini will meet Uranus. So the moon meets all of the planetary players, all of the planets and their archetypes once a month, once a lunar month, and this will be the moon Uranus day. And as Uranus is now freshly, sort of, since July 7th in Gemini, this is the first time in this cycle when the moon meets Uranus. So Uranus is only 4 months in Gemini this year, and then next year will go fully into Gemini for the following 7 years. And but this is really also another initiation. What's with that cusp of Gemini activated by the moon? So here we have Uranus. This was July 10th, and Uranus was freshly in Gemini, had been met by Venus. Venus is now ahead, but the moon now in Aries will catch up with Uranus on Sunday. And so in on that cusp from Taurus to Gemini, it's about the voice. It's about the nature speaks to us, and also our body is speaking to us, and we need to also listen to the messages of the body and convey those, and also voice, finding our voice. See what in life and who needs to have a voice, and maybe we can help in that regard, facilitate, and do that on our own behalf as well. So that can be also a very mentally active day for sure, with the Gemini moon and Uranus. And with that Gemini energy, it's all about diversity. So really going out into the world, exploring the various fragrances and sights and sounds of life. It's like the energy of the pollinator, cross pollination, and learning and stimulation with Gemini. It's a light energy, it's a beautiful energy for spring and summer. So, yeah. So you can do various things, and just take it easy in that regard and surprise yourself. Be excited about synchronicities, also since Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, will be freshly retrograde. Then we have also the moon on Tuesday, the 22nd. The moon will then in Cancer catch up with Jupiter. So Jupiter now in Cancer, as we know, also since or already since June the 9th, and now met for the second time by the moon. It's a real shift of energy from the Gemini, from the mental and very active and cerebral energy, fast and so on, right? And hungry for information and communication. The moon is always likes to be fed. And then we have the moon in Cancer with Jupiter really enhancing this whole theme even more. What is that? So it's all about safety. It's about belonging. It's about coziness, cuddling, and connection on an emotional level, and home, right? What makes us feel really safe and good and happy with Jupiter, and feeling at home in the world. Jupiter also rules Sagittarius, so maybe there's some places in the world that feel like home, and it can be your hometown or country, or it can be somewhere else, right? So this is all about expanding our heart, expanding our emotional body. It's a big embrace with Jupiter in Cancer. It's a big welcoming energy as well. So yeah, life wants to get bigger and better with Jupiter, and this is all very family and tribe oriented when it comes to Cancer. So what's going on with the moon? And as I said, moon, have I said it? The moon is today in Aries and will go into Taurus, where she is the most comfortable and enjoyable and enjoying in Taurus this evening. That will be from 9:45 p.m. on. So from 9:45 p.m. Yeah, from 5:38 p.m. on, she will be no, wait a minute, sorry, from 8:03 p.m. on, just for 1.5 hours, she will be void of course in end of Aries. And that itself can, the void moon in combination with Mercury about to go retro, can be also an interesting time. Unexpected, unusual things can happen, and be open to that, to a communication in this case from the Mercury side, but also spontaneity and the healing quality of presence with Chiron in Aries. All of that showing up, and see how that is all actually really good medicine. Then we have the moon in Taurus. That will be all day tomorrow, the Friday 18th, all day Saturday the 19th. And Taurus moon this year, this time, no connection with a planet because Uranus moved on to Gemini. So it's yeah, the Taurus moon is pretty comfortable this Friday, Saturday, so that can be a beautiful settling energy where things are more grounded and we can, like, okay, let's just slow down here. It's been a really active and a really, yeah, very agitated, maybe even, right, energy lately. So Taurus wants us to take it slower and really find a grounding in ourselves and in our inner ground, and literally also being in nature. So yeah, and good food, cooking, all of these things are very Taurian. Then we have the moon in Gemini, as I said, from Sunday on when she meets Uranus, and also on Monday. And so, yeah, Gemini moon is interested, is curious, it likes stimulation, likes conversation, likes to be informed, all of that, right? And is really likes writing, likes reading, all these things. So the energy goes more into the mental plane, and Gemini can get easily bored with the moon. So yeah, um, give that good food, but don't overdo it. Yeah, it's your call. And then we have on Tuesday the moon, the 22nd, last day of this astro week. The moon will go into Cancer and meet Jupiter. That will be a beautiful sight, actually. We have the waning moon, waning before new moon, because the new moon will be on the 24th. And so we will see the moon Jupiter alignment if we wake up early enough at dawn, and that would be sort of a smile of Jupiter. I don't know, sorry, a smile of the moon with Jupiter as the one of the eyes. And I don't know exactly where the mouth will be, which side, and so on, right? But it will be an alignment. You see the planet, the biggest, brightest light next to the moon will be Jupiter. And yeah, probably the astronomers have have some info about that. Then yes, the big news is also the next week is that the sun enters Leo just before the new moon on the second day of Leo. And this shift from Cancer to Leo, I call the cusp creativity point, also welcoming point. This is where Cancerian care, sensitivity, home, and safety turn into our impression, right? Turns into expression. And the ruled by the moon, Cancer ruled by the moon, Leo ruled by the sun. It's also the soul lunar conjunction in a way, like a new moon, which we'll have then on the 24th. It's also the yin and yang connection. It's a very creative energy. It's a vibrant energy. And yeah, so and playful, of course, right? It's also an energy of the inner child and of children. So, yep, this is it for the Astro Week this time, and stay tuned for my Mercury Retro article. I'm a little bit retro in that regard. So much going on. So it'll come out the next few days. And also Saturn. I want to still write about Saturn retro as well, which already started on the 12th of July and goes till the 27th of November. Yeah, one thing at a time. And enjoy the summer week. And yeah, hope to see you in person. Otherwise, you see me here the next week. And yeah, what else can I share with you? Yeah, of course, my social links Check out my Facebook page. All of that is linked below. My Instagram page, the blog, and yeah, subscribe if you enjoy this, and tell other people. Have a beautiful week. Bye.